For our study on sensation and perception, we will be looking at the alcohol effects on inattentional blindness. The first study we found looked at people and their ability to perceive a gorilla in the background of a video while they were told to focus on something else in the video. This effect is called inattentional blindness. Inattentional blindness, also known as perceptual blindness, is defined as the event in which an individual fails to recognize an unexpected stimulus in plain sight, such as the changing of background. The second study we found looked at the effects of alcohol on cognitive abilities. They found that people who were under the influence of alcohol were less able to focus on stimuli.
This experiment was conducted using 3 randomly assigned groups: one control group, which received no alcohol, a second group, which received a placebo in the form of a non-alcoholic beer, and a third group, which received alcohol. After receiving an equal amount of dosage of each independent variable, 3 glasses of water, or 3 glasses of non-alcoholic beer, or 3 glasses of alcoholic beer, they were then asked to complete a task that measured how quickly they could process information that was being given to them. The results of the study showed that the people in the group that received alcohol were much worse than the control group and placebo group at processing information. Researchers concluded that being inebriated negatively affected people's abilities to process information.
Our study will be looking at if drunk people are more susceptible for falling for inattentional blindness because of their impairment.
Because we are looking at an independent variable effect on a dependent variable, we will be using an experimental design. Our independent variable in our experiment will be our alcohol versus apple juice versus non-alcoholic beer. Our apple juice will be our control group because it contains no alcohol. Our experimental group will be our beer because it contains alcohol, and we will have a placebo group in the form of non-alcoholic beer for reasons we will discuss later in the video. We will be looking at the effect that our independent variable has on our participants' ability to perceive an unexpected stimulus in the background of a video we will be showing them. We do not need random selection because we are not generalizing this experiment to the general population. Our participants will be willing participants, and they must be over 21 because of the chance that they might be put in a group that they will be given alcohol. They will each be randomly assigned to one of our 3 groups using a website that randomly assigns people to groups. We know due to science that people of different weights and tolerances have different blood alcohol content when exposed to the same amount of alcohol. To regulate how each participant reacts to the alcohol we give them, we will be giving them beers until they reach a blood alcohol content of 0.1 on our breathalyzer. For reference, the legal limit to drive is a BAC of 0.08, so they will be slightly more impaired than the law dictates is legal to drive. Each participant in the study will be given a beverage based on what group they were assigned to. The control group will be given apple juice, placebo group will be given non-alcoholic beer, and experimental group will be given regular beer. The placebo group and the experimental groups will be breathalyzed after every drink. We will breathalyze the placebo group to make them believe that they are drinking regular beer. When the experimental group has reached a 0.1 BAC, we will immediately show a video that we made. We will be showing the video to the placebo group and control group after 15 minutes of them drinking their respective beverages. We will have a time limit for these groups to regulate when they start watching the video. The video we will be showing them is one that will be playing shortly. We will ask them to follow a sugar packet underneath one of 3 cups shown. We will show them where the sugar packet is and cover the sugar packet with a cup and then mix the 3 cups up while telling them to follow where it is. In the background there will be a man dancing, which is supposed to simulate an unexpected stimulus. After the video is over, we will be giving our participants a survey asking them questions to the video they saw. The first question will ask if they were able to follow the packet of sugar underneath the cup. The second will be an open-ended question and ask the participant if they observed anything else in the video. Our next set of questions will ask specifically if they saw another stimulus in the background of the video. We will have false stimuluses in the answers to decrease the chance of the participant lying and saying they perceived the unexpected stimulus that was actually in the background. Our last question will ask what they saw the stimulus doing in the background. This question will be so open-ended to decrease the chance of them guessing what the stimulus in the background was doing. When we have all the results from the participants, we will first compare the results of the control group to the experimental group to see if there is any significant differences. We will then compare our placebo group to our experimental group to see if there's any significant difference. We will also compare our placebo group to the control group to see if there's any significant difference. We have this placebo group implemented to see whether inattentional blindness is affected by the belief that one is drunk. If our placebo results match our experimental group results, we can attribute the difference between our control group results and our experimental group results to the perception of being drunk. If our placebo results match our control group results, we can attribute the difference between our control group results and the experimental group results to actually being drunk.